Welcome to Leadership Hangout series. And we're looking at what we call the power of knowing yourself. The power of knowing yourself. And the essence of knowing this is for self-awareness, for personal growth, and effective living. For self-awareness, for personal growth, and effective living. You see, knowing yourself is crucial to knowing your purpose. If you have not discovered your very self, you don't even know who you are, how will you be able to know what you stand for? So we'll be going into this topic with a mindset that we want to find out about ourselves, we want to know what we stand for, we want to know who we are, and then this will guide us to finding our purpose. Here is a key quote that I like to begin with. It says, "The quality of your life is greatly influenced by the quality of your understanding of yourself." The quality of your life is greatly influenced by the quality of your understanding of yourself. You see, there is a difference between being alive and understanding how to live. There is a difference between being alive and understanding how to live. See, many people know their names, they know their occupations, they know their qualification, they know their family backgrounds and social identities. Yet, they have never taken time to understand the person behind all this label. They've never taken time to find out who is behind this name, who is behind this qualification, who is behind this profession. Who am I indeed and who am I in reality? Many have not really taken time to find out that. You see, people know what they know what they do. That is, what they are doing in terms of maybe business, in terms of occupation, in terms of whatever it is. But they don't know why they do it. Many do not know why they do what they do. They know what they want, but they don't understand what drives that desire. They know their strengths, but they have never examined their weaknesses. They know how to interact with people, but they don't understand themselves. They don't. And this is why self-knowledge is very, very crucial. It is very, very important. If the journey of life must be, if the adventure of life must be undertaken rightly, understanding oneself is crucial to that journey. You cannot effectively manage a life that you do not understand. You can't manage effectively a life that you do not understand. And you cannot consistently make wise decisions when you don't understand your values. When you don't understand your values, you cannot consistently do what? Make wise decisions. Many people do things for many reasons. The reason for A doing it may not be the reason for B doing it. So when you know your values, your decision will be accurate. The journey towards personal excellence begins with a willingness to look inward. It is crucial to look inward, to search within, to understand the personality behind the name, the personality behind the physique, the personality behind the identity. And this will lead us to some 7 points that I would like to highlight today. Point number 1 is, what does it mean to know yourself? What does it mean to know yourself? Now, knowing yourself means having an honest and realistic understanding of who you are. Knowing yourself means having an honest and realistic understanding of who you are. It involves understanding your personality, your values, your beliefs, your strengths, your weaknesses, your emotions, your motivations, your abilities, even your limitation, your interest, your priorities, and your aspiration. We're trying to talk about what does it mean to know yourself. What does it mean to know yourself? Knowing yourself is crucial to knowing why you are here, to knowing what to do, to finding your purpose, and to journey through life successfully. Now, Self-knowledge allows you to answer an important question in your life. And that question is, why am I the way I am? And what am I becoming? Why am I like this now? And after now, what steps do I need to take to the next level? What will be my growth pattern, and my growth will be in which direction? These are key and critical questions when it comes to knowing yourself. And these questions determine the steps that you will take after now that will change your life. Number 2 is, why is self-knowledge important? Why is knowing yourself important to you as a person? A, it helps you make better decisions. It helps you make better decisions. You see, many wrong decisions are not necessarily caused by lack of intelligence. Sometimes they are caused by lack of self-awareness. Many wrong decisions are not necessarily caused by lack of intelligence. They are mostly caused by lack of self-awareness, that is, not knowing who you are, not knowing what you stand for. Somebody says if you don't know where you are going, anything or anywhere you get to will look like it. If you don't know what you stand for, you will fall for anything. You see, when you don't know yourself, you may choose a career because your friends choose it. And we have a lot of people like this. No, because A is into this career, friends is my friend. I need to go to that department. That's where my friend is. And that's why many people come out of graduate from school and they don't do anything with the courses they study. Why? Because many do not even understand themselves. All they just wanted to do is get education. And when they get educated, then they came out, they have gotten the education, but there is no satisfaction. Therefore, they can't do anything in line of what they are going to study in school. And after school, they begin to struggle through life until they finally find their bearing. You see, this thing, knowing yourself is either you know yourself now or you know yourself later. But the day you know yourself is the day you actually begin to journey towards excellence. See, when you don't know yourself, you may choose a career because your friends choose it. You may enter a relationship because you are afraid of being alone. You may pursue success because you want to prove something to people. You may spend money trying to impress people whose approval you don't even need. You may not even need forever. See, but when you understand yourself, your decision becomes more intentional. Your decision, that's why it becomes more intentional. So self-awareness gives you a clearer foundation for decision making. Knowing yourself gives you a clearer foundation for decision making. Under the number 2, number 2B, you see, it helps you recognize your strengths. Knowing yourself, self-awareness, self-discovery helps you recognize your strengths. You cannot maximize what you do not recognize. It is absolutely impossible. How do you maximize what you don't even know? So until you recognize yourself, you cannot maximize your ability effectively. See, there are abilities inside many people that remain undeveloped because they have never stopped to identify themselves. You may have a gift for teaching. You may have leadership ability. You may be an excellent communicator. You may be highly creative. You may even have an extraordinary problem-solving ability or skills. You may be naturally good at organizing people and resources. Your responsibility is to discover what you carry and develop it. Your responsibility is to, discover what you carry and develop it. See, hidden ability cannot create visible results until it is discovered and developed. A hidden ability cannot create visible results until it is discovered and developed. When you don't know who you are, you cannot maximize your true potential. And number C of point number 2. Self-awareness helps you confront your weaknesses. We talk about strength and weakness in in setting goals. Everyone has strengths and everyone has weaknesses. But most times, we ignore our weaknesses. And that is why many times we fall into traps and temptation. We all have limitations. And we must understand where the boundaries are. And do our very best not to overstep those boundaries. See, self-knowledge is not only about discovering what is good about you. It also requires courage to confront what needs improvement. Some people want personal growth without personal honesty. They want success without confronting laziness. They want healthy relationships without confronting poor communication. They want leadership without confronting pride. They want progress without confronting procrastination. You need to know that growth requires honesty. You must be willing to say certain things to yourself. You must be willing to say, there are things about me that needs to change. And when you admit this and you are able to say this does not mean you are weak. It shows that you are mature. It shows that you are honest about your very self. It shows that you are willing and ready to make the changes that are necessary for you to grow in life. So self-awareness also helps you to confront your weaknesses. It helps you to confront your weaknesses. Once you know what your limitations are, you are willing to do everything to work on them. You see, a lot of people, they want the goods, but they are not willing to work for it. They love the position, but they are not willing to pay the price. And this is where many people fail. Because everything in life has a price tag. And until you are willing to pay the price, you are not ready to receive the goods. Point number 3 is, don't be afraid of self-examination. In knowing yourself, you must be willing to examine yourself critically. You must be able to talk to yourself and ask yourself questions. You see, there is nothing wrong with examining yourself. You must know this. In fact, self-examination is an important part of personal development. Self-examination is an important part of personal development. If you are not willing to examine yourself, how will you know what your weaknesses are? How will you know what your strengths are? How will you know where you need to work on for your growth? How will you know what to do to better your current situation? So you must be willing to ask yourself some of these questions I'm going to list right now. 1, why do I react this way? Why do I react this way? 2, why does criticism affect me so deeply, if it does? Why do I keep repeating the same mistake? You've tried to avoid certain things and yet you keep finding yourself, just like Paul said. He said, the things I love to do, I do them not, but the things that I hate to do, that I keep doing. Ask yourself, why do I keep repeating this mistake? If you understand why you keep repeating the mistake, you will know the root cause for the mistake, and then you'll be able to take it up and avoid it. It may not be immediate because everything in life requires gradual process. Everything in life requires gradual process. Then you ask yourself, why do I struggle to maintain consistency? This is so crucial. There are so many inconsistent people in the world today. They do this today, they drop it. They do another one tomorrow, they drop it. So many inconsistent people, inconsistent in lifestyle and behavior, in work, in everything about their life. Too many inconsistencies until we sit down and ask, why? Why am I not constant? Why do I have so much inconsistency? And then you must be willing to ask questions. Why do I need people's approval? This is a big challenge. If you're in this shoe, you need a lot of work. Some people cannot do anything until they get people's approval. When they dress, they begin to ask people, how do I look? Well, it's good to ask those questions. But when you put on what is good on you, you will know it, you will feel it. Some people, no matter how good what they are wearing is, when someone says this is not okay, they are no longer comfortable. You must be willing to be honest and ask yourself, why do I need people's approval all the time? And why do I procrastinate? Why do I procrastinate? Why do I become defensive when corrected? This is an inherent nature for so many people. And here is the point. If you are too big to be corrected, you are not fit to be successful. If you are too big to be corrected, you are not fit to be successful. Because success in the hand of an arrogant people is like a time bomb. Success in the hand of an arrogant people or person is like a time bomb. You see, these questions may be uncomfortable, but uncomfortable questions can produce transformational answers. Uncomfortable questions can produce transformational answers. Until you are willing to ask these questions, my friend, you are not ready to move to the next level. So sometimes the greatest breakthrough in your life begins with an honest conversation with yourself. Do you actually talk to yourself? I doubt it. Many don't. Many don't sit down. Many don't think. Many don't ruminate. Greatest breakthrough in your life begins when you have an honest conversation with yourself. Number 4, know your values. Know your values. Know your values. Know your values. See, your values are the principles that determine what matters to you. Who to marry, people to relate with, places to go, things to do. When you know your values, it helps you and it guides you into all of those things. Knowing your value matters so much. Knowing your value influences your choices, your priorities, and behaviors. For example, you may value integrity, family, faith, excellence, freedom, service, growth, responsibility, justice. You may even value knowledge. You see, if you don't consciously identify your values, you may live according to the values of your environment. That is one. You may chase money when what you really value is freedom. You may chase popularity when what you really value is significance. You may chase possession when what you really value is security. So knowing your values helps you build a life that is aligned with what truly matters to you. Knowing your value does what? It helps you to build a life that's aligned with what truly matters to you. So it is crucial before you take major decision in your life to know your value first. To know your value first. And point number 5, know what motivates you. Know what? Know what motivates you. Know what motivates you. Two people can do the same thing for completely different reasons. One person may pursue success because he wants to serve others. Another may pursue the same success because he desperately wants validation. So what motivates the first is not what motivates the second. You see, this external behavior may look similar, but the internal motivation is different. The internal motivation is different for the two people who does the same thing, but for different reasons. They are doing the same job, everybody is seeing them on the same job, but their reasons for doing the same thing, engaging in the same activity, are totally different. So you must know what actually motivates you. And in order to know what motivates you, you need to ask yourself another sets of questions. And here are some of the questions. What really drives me? What drives me? What is my motivation? Why am I doing what I'm doing? And in order to understand this, I have some guide below that I'll read out to you. Is it purpose? Is it purpose that drives you? Is it recognition? Is it money that motivates you to do things? Is it security? Is it competition? Is it because you like to serve? Or is it because you love what you want to do? Or is it the fear of what people will say if you do not do it? Or is it because you want approval from people? Or is it revenge to get at someone, or to prove to someone that you can actually do something? What really drives you? I'm asking you that is listening to me right now, what drives you? Understanding your motivation is important because you can achieve something and still discover that it did not give you the fulfillment that you expect. Yes, you can achieve something and still do not get the satisfaction that you so desire. And here, lastly, I want to talk about how knowing yourself builds your confidence. You see, most time it is not the dress that makes the man. It is the man that makes the dress. It is not the dress that makes the man. It is the man that makes the dress. What I mean is, sometimes it's not what you wear that gives you confidence. It is who you are that gives you confidence. You see, true confidence does not come from pretending to be perfect. It comes from knowing yourself. When you know your strength, you don't have to compete unnecessarily. When you know your weaknesses, you don't have to pretend about it. When you know your values, you don't have to compromise simply to fit in. When you know your purpose, you don't have to follow every trend. And when you know your identity, you see, rejection becomes easier to survive because life in general, you face rejection here and there. So the more secure you become in who you are, the less desperate you become for everybody's approval. The more secure you become in who you are, when who you are becomes your security, the less desperate you become for anybody's approval, because what? You are already secure in yourself. You are complete in yourself. Therefore, you don't need anybody's approval. So, knowing yourself does what? It helps you to build confidence. It does what? It helps you to build confidence. Now, getting back to the starting, we're talking about the power of knowing yourself. And we have been able to highlight some points here, which I will read out again so you understand where we started from. You see, what does it mean to know yourself? What does it mean to know yourself? That is the question. And in answering that, we say knowing yourself means having an honest and realistic understanding of who you are. Knowing yourself means having an honest and realistic understanding of who you are. Number two, say, why is self-knowledge important? We say, why is self-knowledge important? And we listed so many things, but I'm going to break down. We say, it helps you make better decisions. Why is self-knowledge important? Why is because it helps you make better decisions. And we also say, you should never be afraid of self-examination, because in knowing yourself, you must be willing and ready to examine yourself. You must be willing and what? Ready to examine yourself. And we also say you need to know your value in order to know yourself. And I mentioned that it is crucial to know your values before you make some certain decisions in life, because knowing your value will guide you to making the right decision. Example, marriage. Example, choice of education, choice of careers, choice of friendship, choice of relationship. And we also say, know what motivates you. And we said that two people can do the same thing for different reasons. Two people can be engaged in a particular profession or occupation, but what motivates them to do it may actually not be the same. And then we say self-knowledge builds what? It builds confidence. Self-knowledge does what? It builds confidence. And we said true confidence does not come from pretending to be perfect. It comes from knowing yourself. And I said, the cloth does not make the man makes the cloth. So when you know your strengths, you don't have to compete unnecessarily. When you know your weaknesses, you don't have to pretend. When you know your values, you don't have to compromise just simply to fit in. And to crown it, we say the more secure you become in who you are, the less desperate you become for everybody's approval. And I know a lot of people fall into this category, always seeking people's approval at every point in time. And This is a sign of lack of confidence in oneself. When you seek people's validation, you seek people's approval all the time, it's a sign of lack of confidence. So knowing yourself does what? Helps you build self-confidence. Thank you for being a part of this discussion. I remain Adejumo Be Honest. Until I see you in the next discussion, stay well, stay fit, and keep growing.